Good morning. Welcome to Riddle Radio. That's RITL Riddle Radio. I'm your host Deuce. We got everybody else that's hosts. Just remember the rules are up in the jumbotron. If you do come up and you grab a mic, you are consenting to being on YouTube, because this will go down as an episode. So please, please, please protect my algorithm. Please protect my algorithm. All right, let's get to it, man. CJ, you up on the floor. Saw some other people. See Kang down there, Chuck came through, CeeLo, Ty. Whenever y'all want to come up, make sure you check the rules. We're gonna run and do this. So, like, with the initial 53, right? I don't think that's going to be the 53 come next week, right? Like, I think what we get Tuesday at 4 p.m. is going to be like a whole, right? And I also think we're waiting, if the reports are true, we are waiting to um, release players to see what else is out there, right? Like we don't we don't want to release. It seems like, right? Like we don't want to release some players that we might want to keep unless it's something else that's better. That's the only reason why I think they are holding on, like who like releasing players. Because really, I think for the players' sake, they will want to be released as soon as possible to get their names out, right? Um, so that was kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't remember if they did that. You remember if they did that last year? What's up, Benjamin? I see you over there on the tube.
Nah, they began to chop down the roster around this time. Like I don't even think they waited like that night after the last preseason game.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah. Um. So yeah, man. Did you have you done yours yet, CJ?
Yeah, I did mine like a week ago. I was doing it last night, but I fell asleep. So I haven't really finished 53 yet. I finished the offense though.
All right. Well, let's do the offense first. Um. Yeah, let's do the offense first. I have. Let me pull mine up. Let's start right with quarterback. Um. I have two. I
I
have
have to as well.
Jayden and Mariota. Now, Josh, like Sam Harden didn't play well. Josh Johnson didn't play well, right? And I think both of them contributed into us not getting the opportunity to fully evaluate the receivers, right? Um, but they both played horrible. Like they both didn't play well. So
Right.
I think even like Jeff Driscoll is still out there. Like I don't know what those negotiations was about in the offseason. I don't know if they could go back to the tables. I think he's still a free agent. I would love to have Tyler Huntley. Like Tyler Huntley is a free agent. I mean he got released yesterday. So I would
Yeah.
love to have Tyler Tyler Huntley. Where you at?
I mean, I'm with you. Like I have two as well. I think they're gonna find their third quarterback eventually. But what I can say is they both play horrible, but it seemed like the offense were moving better under Josh Johnson, and you can tell that by the veteran experience. But they still really didn't like move the needle for anybody for real, for real. So but I'm with you though, like bringing back Jeff Driscoll or Tyler Huntley. Like there's a lot of quality backups that might be on the cut list in the next week or so.
I agree. Good morning. Welcome to the radio. Next caller, Smoke. I guess that's how you do it. Maybe I need to get like a ring or something.
Good morning, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, man. How you doing, Smokey?
Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I see. I only got two. I mean, as I showed you yesterday, dudes. I got three, but I put in parentheses the third quarterback isn't on the roster yet, so I'm right there with y'all with the two.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think. Like, I definitely think we go into the season with three. Like, good morning, Hawk. What's going on, man? I definitely think. I definitely think we go into the season into that Giants game with three quarterbacks, right? Two active and then the emergency one, right? So I just don't think he's on this team yet. I think most of us can agree with that. So let me ask you this, Smoke. What about like I think it might be at least the minimum five changes from Tuesday 4 p.m. to the following Tuesday, Wednesday 4 p.m. to the following Wednesday 4. What you think? Smoke, you still there? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I
about
can
to
hear you.
say I'll
My fault.
go
My fault.
if
I thought I
smoke
was
if
off
smoke was
mute.
messing up.
I was talking. I
Oh,
thought I was off mute. My fault, bro. Hey, nah. I was saying when I did my joint yesterday morning, I did like kind of say like 3 or 4 spots may be up. Like I took 4 tight ends in. What else did I do? 10 offensive linemen where I see some people only doing 9. So it's about like I would say I don't say 5. I say at least 3 spots are up for grabs. Like yeah, they gonna be here Tuesday after the 4 o'clock deadline, but the following Tuesday they may not even be on this roster. So I think it's about 3 to 5 is a good number.
good morning, Kane. How you
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all feeling this morning?
good? Welcome to Riddle Radio.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. About the quarterbacks. Hartman did have shoulder surgery in the offseason, correct?
Yep. Yep.
And I wonder how much that really affected him going into this camp, kind of, basically playing to fortify his spot on the roster. So I wonder if they put that in consideration. I know the preseason games were hard to evaluate the receivers due to uh, Josh Johnson and his inability just to kind of effectively move the team.
Mm,
So the practices probably weighed really heavily on evaluating the receivers
yep.
and those veterans on the back end. I don't know if they did enough, like the KJ Osborns and the Gallups, when you have a young buck like Ja'Cory Brooks who kind of flashed when he had opportunities. So it'll be interesting to see the way they go with this receiver, because I think Luke kind of solidify his spot, because you do need kind of that receiver that can play specials and still kind of be developed. I think they viewed him as a 2 to 3 year project. I know a lot of people was kind of upset the fact of his draft status, but I don't think they move up off of him. So I really think that last spot might go to Brooks as opposed to Osborne or Gallup. But I think Gallup makes the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Osborne may be out of here. And then with the offensive lineman, the fact that they went out and signed Fant lets me know they were not kind of happy with their rotation at tackle, and that they might be looking to play Wally at guard to start the season. Because I don't know if you would go get a swing tackle if Wiley is your, starting right tackle. So I think that kind of spells to Connolly being the starter. You want to put your best five out there, I think, and I think that's the best five. Putting Tunzel, Coleman, Biotish, Wiley, and Connolly out there week one. So to me, those are the interesting moves that has to be made with this team. But I definitely think we keep 2 quarterbacks. I do think we keep 4 tight ends. Um, I do think, like you said, there's a possibility that if the way things shape out with other teams cutting, it is a possibility that Yankoff or Senate could be sent down to the practice squad in lieu of trying to pick up another player. So that'd be interesting to see, because like Smokey was saying, who starts Tuesday on the roster may not be on the opening day roster. So it'll be interesting to see how the other cuts affect what we do.
Yeah, agree. Agree wholeheartedly. But I do, I do want to ask you this, bro. So, like the shoulder thing. Remember Dan when he was like, a lot of the players that had the off season, surgeries, touch ups or whatever, he was going to kind of, take it slow with them on, off, on, off. Hartman was one of those, but Hartman ain't missed no practice. Bro. You think he kind of pushed himself because of like Josh Johnson? I mean, what you think?
I believe so. I mean, they basically the signing of Josh Johnson was kind of like a warning to Hartman that his spot on this roster isn't safe, whether it's at the practice squad or the main 53, that they were not necessarily enamored with what he's shown so far, and he did not prove them right. So, like you said, I don't think the emergency quarterback is on this roster. I've been like saying, where's Jeff Driscoll at this whole offseason? Maybe he's not interested in playing football anymore because he didn't try to sign with anybody. Or maybe he's like, if Washington calls me, I'll go back. But that's the only team I want to go to. So it'll be interesting to see. Like you said, is Huntley out there? It'll be interesting to see with some of these other young quarterbacks. Do they want to go someone who's played in the league as an emergency guy, or do they want to feel like though they can develop somebody? Because I think that's what they would kind of do with Hartman, but I don't think they think that lemon's worth the squeeze anymore. That's why they brought in a veteran. So it looks like they may want to go that veteran emergency quarterback route. So Huntley may be in play.
I would think that. I would love Huntley. How you feel about Huntley, CJ? Smoke. How you feel about Huntley?
As a third emergency, I wouldn't mind. Hopefully, we never have to get that way. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't mind as a third emergency guy.
I'm sorry, all pro Tyler.
I don't think he was all pro. I think he was just a Pro Bowler.
I mean, pro Bowl. Shoot, for him,
Yeah.
he probably treated like a Pro Bowl. I mean, an all pro. Um,
I bet you
Hey,
it's
you
on
know
his
what?
LinkedIn page. I bet you that's
I
underneath his profile.
Deron brought up before I get lost with it. He brought up George Fant, and I put 10 linemen down, but I can wait till we get there to that part. We can wait. I can wait.
oh, you know what? Oh, now that you say that, I got to pull my back.
Yeah, I think the
I
versatility of
forgot
a
all
Fant.
about that.
I think the versatility of him gives him a spot on the initial 53. I really do.
Yeah, I got to change mine. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Smoke. I sent my article in. Um, I sent my article and I forgot all about George.
Yeah,
That
but now I'm
did
sitting
this late
here
and not put him on the 53.
that's why I was saying out of the rotational offensive alignment, I'm looking at a Wiley, a Allegretti. I was thinking they could get possibly. They got a 6 for B Rob. If a team needed interior guard help, like an Allegretti, I think somebody would possibly call. Like because of how many games he started last year, the last few years, last 2 years anyway, that we could possibly get something back for Allegretti. Wiley, I think teams are probably like last year the deal, you know what I mean? But I think even the team will call about him. What y'all think about that? Because, like I say, I don't think they're gonna carry 11 offensive linemen into the season.
Well, yeah, we gonna get to the O line. Actually, I mean, let's go ahead and do the O line now. We'll be already there, and we'll come back to the. But first, before we go, CeeLo, you want to jump in with the QBs, and if the roster gonna look the same this 53 and next week's, and then you can start with the O.
Yeah. I think I don't see them not going into the season with with three quarterbacks. I feel like it has to be 3 quarterbacks. I don't think they trust Marcus Mariota. I mean, he was on the injury reserve last year and didn't even play. I want to say he got hurt in practice at some point. So I just don't see them not adding a third quarterback at some point. Now, does that mean that they only put 52 on the roster right now and claim someone like you said next week, or do they put 53 on there and then cut somebody in a week or a couple of days? I don't know, but I see 3 quarterbacks going into the season, or at least at some point in the very near future, simply because of the Mariota injury history. So yeah, that answers the question. Yeah, I mean, the only thing about Allegretti, I've seen some people have Allegretti playing. Yeah, I've heard some people had Wiley playing right guard, like y'all said, and then Connerly playing right tackle. If they have their wish until Cosme comes back. So I can see Allegretti on the block if that's true. I would be surprised though because of his experience. And his ability to play, both guard positions and I don't know, maybe even center. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Smoke.
So my initial 10, I'm gonna just name them off left to right backups. You know what I mean? Like then I go back. So of course it was Tunsil, Coleman, Biotis, Cosme. I don't think they're gonna pup Cosme, and Connerly. And then I went backups. I went Wiley, Allegretti, Michael Dieter, Chris Paul, Trent Scott. I forgot about George Fant. I really did. I really forgot about him. I know they even brought in an additional guy. I want to say last week or the week before, because when we played Monday night, I think it was Julian Good Jones that was playing center right after Biotis, and then they put Dieter at right guard, and I think Dieter ended the game at center. But I think they like his versatility as far as backup center, backup left guard, right guard. George Fant is the tricky one, where I'm like, I've seen Trent Scott play tackle. I've seen Trent Scott play guard. Chris Paul is the one that's just guard, but he's looked good so far. So I don't think this team takes 11. If I had to take one off for George Fant, I think it may be Trent Scott right now. That's just me. If I had to replace one. But I don't know, man. That George Fant one is tricky, Deuce. Like I say, because they're not carrying 11 offensive linemen. That's why I was hoping that hopefully AP's on the phone with someone that may need a little interior help, and that they'll come calling saying, hey, give me one of the guys you got listed over there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I just and I don't know. I added them, but I'm just gonna stay with the 11, man. Right? Like you talk about Good Jones, they cut him, right? So they added George Fant, and I think I definitely think he's gonna make the roster. Like I don't know if he, Jade, I don't know any of that, but for them to bring him in this late, I mean, or they could put him on a practice squad. I mean, I don't know. I'm just going. I'm going with 11. Go ahead, Siwa.
So I had I don't have Cosme. I don't have Cosme on 53. I think he goes a pup. So I have the other 4: Tunsil, Coleman, Biotic, Wiley. I have Connerly. I have Nick Allegretti. I have Chris Paul. I have Trent Scott. I have George Fant, and I have Nick Harris. And then Cosme goes on the pup, and then they'll probably Cosme gets aggravated. They'll probably cut or practice squad George Fant or something like that. That's my guess. Or they can work out a deal if Allegretti really is available. before Cosme gets back by week 4.
And that's great. Like the Allegretti thing can does make sense. I think,
Mm-hmm.
especially like y'all said, um, like y'all said, oh, you up at Nazi? Like y'all said, the thing with Wiley at guard. I don't think they like Wiley at tackle, especially left tackle. Because remember, all camp they had Connolly at right tackle. Then like Lee going up into um, the Bengals game that weekend, they had put Connolly at left tackle. Who started at left tackle for the Bengals?
That
I
was
believe it was Wiley.
I'm pretty
That was
I'm
wild.
pretty sure
Wiley.
it's Wiley.
Or Wiley did start it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's Wiley, but if they are looking to move somebody, if they move out of Grady, so Wiley at guard, then George Frank would be the tackle. What do y'all think Trent Scott is?
And see, that's the thing. Just looking at the fact that they went and signed Fant just lets me know that they did not like the way that him, Bobby Hart, Phillips, or Searle played in any of those preseason games. Because I mean, they had 4 tackles already in camp, and to bring in Fant, I think they may keep Scott around based on his relationship with him from last year. So he may be a practice squad guy. But I think they just were looking to get better. Bank was available, and they felt like it was an upgrade. So I view kind of that the whole pupping Cosme is an interesting thing. They say he's hitting all the markers, but if he is not going to be available the first 4 weeks of the season, why not pup him? It don't make sense to keep him on the active 53 when you can have someone who probably can contribute, keep a maybe an extra special team, because I think that kid Kano on defense has earned a spot, so that may be something they can do to keep him around that initial wave of cuts, because the film he put out there, I'm pretty sure the teams will try to snatch him up. So that's the thing you got to think about too. You have some guys on the back end of this roster who may not necessarily be for year 53 when the season starts, but you got to kind of make moves, because the initial cuts, a lot of teams are looking to come and snatch people off your practice squad or people that you cut. Because I think that kid 47 that they got from the HBCU is another one who I don't think if he was put on waivers would make clear waivers, and I think that's somebody they want to keep. So it'll be interesting to see how these injuries with Wiley, not Wiley, with Cosme, and some of the guys on offense that are a little nicked up, whether or not they are on the pup or if they make the 53 initially and then they make some moves.
What's up, Marcus? What's up, Ben? Benjamin.
So yeah,
Group. Benji said they need Trent Scott to catch passes. Go ahead, CJ.
no, I was saying like, I kind of disagree on the Trent Scott evaluation. Like I think they really like him, but I think the release of Peoples Jones, I said Peoples Jones, Good Jones. I think that's the reason why they brought in George Fant. Um, like Trent Scott, he's solid. Like he's not that much of a needle mover, but I think they really like him. They kept him this long, so I just don't see where they would move on from him, or like where they don't like him. I think he's a good swing tackle. I think he's able to play both guard and tackle as well. But like I got nine O linemen so far. I left it at 9 because I wanted to save an extra spot for Cosme. So I added another piece to like the special the other positions. I added a running back. At first I kept 3, so now I got 4 on the depth chart, and 9 no linemen, and Cosme will be on the pup. And then once Cosme get put off the pup, and then you can put one of those running backs on the in the practice squad, or just release them.
Yeah.
I think my like ever since DQ been talking about these markers with Cosme, I envision week 3. Week 1, we play short turnaround. Week 2, week 3, 10-day layoff back at home against the Raiders. I don't think Cosby's making the pump. Yeah, I like, especially if DQ keeps saying these markers that he's hitting, he's looking good and stuff like that. I understand it for roster manipulation, but he's one of our better old linemen, and I don't think you would want to manipulate a roster. Just because for a guy that is a fringe special teamer or just any other position, man. So I don't think Cosme starts on pup. I really don't think so, man. But yeah, we can move on, Deuce. I don't know.
I just as a data point, we signed Allegretti last year for 3 years, 16 million, like 5.8 million guaranteed. So if we cut him or trade him, that's going to be about a $3 million cap hit, dead cap hit. So I don't know whatever that's worth. It's not like it's a terrible, thing, but just as FYI.
And just like we help pay some of B-Rob's, maybe that team will help pay some of that player Allegretti or to lighten the load and stuff like that. So we just gotta wait and see how that transaction happens.
Yeah, that's good to know, Sue. We can point that out. Morning, James. How you doing, buddy? That's a good point, but like it's very like so like we know when it comes to injuries, except for Jayden, right? DQ usually leans on the ladder of return, right? And he keeps talking about week 1 with the Spurs, but if Cosby's able to come back week 1, man, that's gonna be a crazy boost. But at the same time, if he limps a little bit, I think he might not come back to week 3 because I don't. If he's knocking these markers out, as you mentioned, Smoke, then he's not going to put him on pup because if you put him on pup, he automatically has to miss the first 4 games. But if he doesn't think he's going to be ready for the first 2, and they need to move some things around for a roster to try to sneak somebody on after the initial 53, they might do that if they're confident in Wiley for 4 games at that right guy. And if they're comfortable with Connolly starting at right tackle, I think that's going to matter too. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and then you got to
So,
think of leading into that week or whatever. I think it even actually starts today, or whenever the next time they practice. Like if he's hitting these markers, I'm pretty sure you could put him fully padded, and he got to go up against a Kinlaw, a Payne, because that week 1 Dexter Lawrence that'll be really show if he don't have that strength and that lower extremity and stuff like that, and that'll be a hindrance to the team if he's not fully healthy or whatever it is, if he ain't got his full strength against the Dexter Lawrence and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope that they put him out there in padded practices these next few days or the next week and a half, and see where his strength is at, the day after and things of that nature.
but I think just because you have like I get the marker thing, but just because you have a marker doesn't mean that you're gonna rush a guy back. That's just how I feel. Like he might be passing all the markers as far as the recovery part, but as far as like get on the field, like I don't think we will see him until probably like week 3. Now, are you going to take away? Are you going to save a roster spot for another guy until he gets on? That I don't know. But as far as him returning, like I think they're set on like just following the timeline, and I think you know with the markers and stuff, we might see in week 3 or week 4 or after that.
Yeah, I'm with I'm with CJ here. Like I think they feel really good about this offensive line. So in my opinion, I think if he's not ready to go week 1, he's not ready to go until week 4. Like why rush it? He literally tore his ACL on January 18th, bro. That's literally like 6 months ago. So 7 months ago. So I just feel like we're talking about Adrian Peterson type recovery time. So I just think there's no rush. Not saying that he's not hitting all the markers. I just think more time, the better. And it's not just about football. I mean, it's not just about ACL. It's about football shape. You know, offensive guards don't. I mean, they don't come out. They play 100% of the snaps. So I think it's about the ACL. I think it's about the his actual ability to football shape. And I just think that our depth is great. So, and I feel good about either way they go. But if he has any like limitations, I just feel like that's just wasting a roster spot for 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. But we'll see in about a day. Mhm.
All right, let's go back to anyone else. Chuck, I see you up here. You want to go back on the quarterback to the O-line or the Cosby injury situation? Good morning to you. Welcome to
Morning. What's up, y'all? I'll touch on the quarterback situation real quick. I think I would be sprinting to go get Tyler Huntley, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the Sam Hartman injury thing, and I guess you can play it to it a little bit, because like when he would come up, I don't know, man. I don't want to be the body language person, but when he would come off the field, it just seemed like something wasn't right. Like, I don't know if he just was confused or if maybe that shoulder just isn't working, but Sam was struggling, man, and I don't like Josh Johnson's play at all, so I don't really have much to say on him. But I would definitely go get Tyler Huntley because he fits like what we do on offense, anyways. Like Mariota is a perfect fit, but Tyler Huntley is a perfect fit also, and he's young, so that would be a perfect pickup for us. I doubt we do it though, but we don't know. But that's all I got.
All right. I still see hand, like, I don't know, see your hand up, see that your hand up. Your hands are actually up.
No hands are up right now.
Oh,
But
what's up, Slim? Good morning. Welcome to RITL Radio. You're our next caller.
Yo, good morning, my good people.
hey, by the way, Mariota's 31. Tyler Huntley is 27. Good morning, Slim.
Tyler Huntley, 27. You see, like, you do the league.
Yep.
What? So to Chuck's point, and Slim, I give you the mic if you want to go back to the quarterback, to the O-line. If not, you can start with the running backs. Like, can Tyler Huntley be the QB2 with the grow with Jayden? I didn't even realize he was 27.
No. 3 in emergency. 3 in emergency. Like, I don't understand. I understand what y'all saying. We need a guy at that third spot, but no, not 2.
Okay. I want to talk about this year, Smokey. Well, next year. Mariota only 31, right? So I think he still can play, especially as a number 2. He still can go like 3 or 4 more years.
I think I do think the Sam Hartman thing is a little it's interesting because you want to develop a quarterback on their rookie deal behind Jayden, because Mariota's expensive. I mean, I know not compared to a regular quarterback, like I think he's like $12 million or something like that. And most times you want to develop a guy, like we did with Sam, undrafted or late round pick, and then eventually you flip him or he shows some promise and stuff like that, and you're able to move on. But it's disappointing it's not working out because of the contract factor. And I don't know, this year-to-year thing with Mariota, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like much investment there, if you will, unless he just wants to wait and see if he gets another starting job, so doesn't want to commit. But so that's why I do think they go at some point a younger quarterback like a Tyler or something like that, to be able to back up Jayden, whether it's 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, and I know we're trying to move on, but how do you what's your pushback, Smoke, on Tyler Huntley, the quarterback?
I understand the Pro Bowl a few seasons ago. Did you see him last year in Miami?
I didn't.
Oh my goodness! Like, and even the Browns just the other day, as bad as Shador looked, Kevin Stefanski put him in to try to save and win that game, and they won by 2. Like, I understand who Huntley is, but like not as a 2, bro. Like, that's just me. I don't want it to go to that. I feel way more comfortable with what I saw with Mariota last season than anything I saw from Tyler Huntley last season. I'm not even calling him Snoop right
All right, what's up, Slim? Oh, go ahead, Deron.
So, Smokey, does the tendonitis in his Achilles bother you at all?
now. I thought he had tendonitis in his body. My fault.
No, but see, that's the thing that what makes the Tyler Huntley thing so interesting. Though he is probably not ideal, you still would want to have someone with his least his level of experience. I mean, he's played on a championship contender team. He's backed up a quarterback the caliber of Lamar Jackson, so his understanding of certain things will be a little bit better than maybe picking up one of these young guys and trying to develop them. Given the fact that tendonitis, and when you start to develop that in your Achilles, it always just seems like that never kind of pans out well.
That's the Mariota injury, tendonitis in the Achilles.
Exactly. Yes.
I thought they said it was a calf strain.
Calf strains deal
Come
with the
from the
Achilles.
Achilles. Yeah, it comes from the Achilles. Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's try to get through this. Got my time on. Running backs. I have Austin Eckler, got JCM, Chris Rodriguez, the overcomer. Got to get my letter. I gotta get my letter together. That's Glenn said. Gotta get my letter together. And also got Jeremy Nichols in there. And I had whatever. I actually put Jeremy Nichols in there after he was on the second wave. Like when I went through the 53 and I kind of put all the people that I was pretty confident in, and I had like 3 spots left, and he was one of those spots. So Slim, if you there, if you want to start with the running backs, you can go ahead.
My running back for pretty self-explanatory. The 4 left that that deserve touches: McNichols, C-Rod, Bill, and Eckler.
Yep. Yep.
So y'all, do y'all have any, in terms of like surprise cuts, so if you will, do y'all feel like Jeremy McNichols is a lock?
I don't.
Yes.
Slim did. I don't. That's why I came. Well, I came back, right? I went through it, the whole 53, and I ended up with like 49. And I came back and I added. So I don't know. I guess that's a lot, right? Like, but I also won't be surprised.
Yeah.
I just
I'll
look
be
at like
surprised.
what they doing with them with special teams. Like I think that'll be the deciding factor when it comes to McNichols.
For
The
me,
special teams portion.
it would be a surprise because I've reiterated time and time again he's our best pass pro running back. So I don't know how he gets cut. I don't know why we only carry 3 running backs if we don't have like no bona fide back right now. I don't carry 3, especially with like wide receiver depth not being crazy. Like I can see them going slim at wide receiver before I see them going 3 running back.
So who's getting pushed off of the roster? Because who's pushing
That's
McNichols
pass
off?
blocking running back. Just numbers. I don't think there's any particular like another running back. I just think it's a numbers game. So it just depends on how you view special teams, like Smoke said and stuff like that. But I think Austin Eckler, I don't know. I just think there's some duplication there in his skill set.
Any concern about injuries to Eckler? Why you would want to keep McNichols around? I mean, he's also not the youngest running back either.
They like Eckler, man. So I agree with you, but they like Eckler. So I don't know.
I mean, but y'all can really see us going into the season with just 3 running backs. Like that wouldn't.
I don't personally.
I mean, the question is, are we going to suit 3 up? I mean, suit 4 up.
Right.
Now,
like that's my thing.
I don't think 4 suits up, but
so who sits?
Who sits? Well, I think that depends. I think between C-Rod and McNichols, one gonna have to sit, and then even though Cam has suggested that Bill would be the one sitting early on in the season, but for me personally, it would be between C-Rod and McNichols unless Eckler's out with injury. But Bill and Eckler are my 2 every week.
See, that's the thing too with Bill, because I'm concerned. Like we have not seen him in a pass pro set where he has to pick up a blitzer or a blocker, so I can understand why Khan would say he would be the one that maybe be the game day, depending on the team that we're playing, kind of situation early on in the season until they feel as though he's adjusted to those concepts. So I get what you're saying, Slim.
But keep in mind, Cam said that like 3 weeks ago. This is before all the Bill hype.
Okay, so somebody spoke about it like a few days ago, but it actually
he said it.
That was me. I mean, I was.
He said it. He said it on his pod, like on Monday or today.
He said it again.
Like this morning or Sunday, whenever it was released. So he said it again.
What did he say exactly?
No, because well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it because Caleb said when he listened to the pod yesterday, he didn't hear anything like that, and he came back and said that he said something to that line, but it wasn't like he was 100% sure. But I do remember time 2-3 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago, saying that this was when B-Rob was still on the roster, that if he had to say so, that Bill would possibly start the game, like the season, on like the inactive or whatever he was using the term he used.
No, he said practice squad.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, practice squad.
Yeah.
He said something new. Yes.
Oh yeah,
I would look like if he's saying he's still in the practice squad, ain't no way.
Nah. So
he didn't.
No way.
Say that. He didn't.
What I seen.
He didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. Just talking about inactive.
Yeah, somebody was saying that he might start the first few weeks as the inactive one, and they'll start. They'll have the other 3 as the active guys. Because that's when I was trolling CeeLo. Like, why is they starting your man?
Because like when it comes to pass protection, right? And Bill, he doesn't have to be out there if they need. If they're going to keep a back end for whatever play that they set up, right? You'll have Eckler in you, right? So I don't think that's going to be a deterrent. Or they can roll coverage, or it can be like a screen, or I don't know, the tight end. I mean, whatever. Like whatever the case may be. I don't think that'll be a deterrent because I just see too much hype. And for them moving off B-Rob, and the consensus is because of Bill and what they love this kid. Like they met with him like 4 or 5 times, so they've always been extremely high on him, right? Like I just don't see him being inactive. I just don't, especially all this steam that's coming and moving off B-Rob. I just don't see him being in.
Yeah, I agree. I think the person who I had seen tweet about it or speak on the Khan podcast was saying that Khan was speaking to that C-Rod had got faster this year this off season. So that kind of gives them a little bit of assurance that maybe, first week or two, like that's kind of what he said. It sounded like he was speaking to like the first week or two, that Bill might be inactive, and against the Giants. And who's our second game?
The Packers.
The Packers.
Packers.
Against those two, I could see, even if Bill was on the active, I could still see C-Rod as the bruiser being utilized in that manner, because at Tasilo's point earlier with McNichols, Eckler, and Bill, the skill set does get a bit redundant. So it'll be interesting to see if he starts the season or inactive or not.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Caleb. Good morning. Welcome to Riddle Radio.
Good morning, everybody. To the running back situation, I listened to it like 2 or 3 times to make sure I completely heard what I heard. Khan was basically saying if he had to guess, he's basically guessing. That's what he's doing. He didn't specifically say he won't be active, but he's just going with what the coaching staff favors, what they've been favoring for especially last year with McNichols, because he can play special teams, and Eckler, they like Eckler on third down, and they like Chris Rodriguez too. But pretty sure all are can be active on game day, but he doesn't know if they'll be 4 active, because he said it's very rare for teams to have 4 active running backs on game day. So either he thinks somebody is going to be inactive. He just doesn't think 4 will be active on this team, or he just doesn't know. He's speculating. That's what he's really just speculating. He's not sure. He's just speculating. And some fans took it and ran with it, thinking, "Oh, Bill won't be active week 1." But if you really listen to it, he's really just speculating.
And then like we got like a kind of a unique different situation to where how quick Jayden deciphers. I'm looking at that left side, not having to rely on heavy chips this season because of a Tunsil. If the hype is real on Carnley will have that tight end to his side more than likely when plays to start off to develop and stuff like that. So yeah, you just basically need a guy in there that's just gonna basically chip and release. Like, I don't think nobody's doing double A gap blitzes on Jayden this year, because we're gonna kill him in the screen game. They do that. So it's a little tricky when teams got a game plan for us this season, man. So and I think that addition by Tunsil is huge when we don't have to rely on a guy for even a half a second or a second to chip and then release into a route. He can really get right into his route now because of that blindside protection and stuff like that. I would think if it came down to an inactive, it would more than likely be a McNichols. I don't want to hear like the special teams when it come to JCM, because of what Brian Robinson didn't do on special teams, and he was considered our bell cow back for a few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a testament to C-Rod too, right? Like making this decision tough from the work that he put in the off season, and also a testament to like Dan Quinn and them and the players. They gave them a regimen, a health regimen, and they all talked about it multiple times from OTAs through training camp. Seemed like a lot of those guys look like shape, it looks faster, leaner. So that's a testament to that.
I do want to jump back to one position group right fast. Shout out to Brandon Coleman before we move on, bro. All the reports say he wasn't playing Saturday. DQ left it up to him. He said, I just want to get the reps. Went out there for a series or two, got some reps. Looked daggone good, bro. He looked solid, man. Like, I think it was like the first or the second C-Rod run. I was like, man, he's walling stuff off, man.
Nah, Smoke. He didn't leave it up to him. Brandon Coleman went to him and told him he wanted to get the reps.
And that's what I'm talking about. Because listen, you got to look like they must feel real comfortable. Now let's go back to last season, and this is the guy that just got traded. We going into week 5. B-Rob felt good that Sunday morning in Baltimore, but DQ said, "Now I'm doing the best for him." Is that an indictment on B-Rob? Like how they started the field after the first 4 weeks? I don't know. I don't want to make no speculations, but for Brandon Coleman, if that's true, dudes, that he went to him and he let him play in the meaningless preseason games just to get reps. Hey man, they really like Coleman, bro.
Well, no, it's absolutely true. Like Coleman said it in the press. I mean, after the game, but it's absolutely true because he wasn't supposed to play. They didn't have him on it. And that joint that comes out what like a few hours before the game. That list, right?
Yeah,
Coleman probably saw that joint on social media. He was like, "Oh, coach, don't put me on there. I got to get some work." And that speaks to like because he knows, just like we've been talking about it. He didn't play last training camp preseason last year, right? He started off had to split reps and all that. He probably like, I need to go out there, and for himself, for that confidence, right, to be able to make sure he knows he's ready going to the season. Let me see. Pay cuts and all the folks that sign trades. All right, what's next? All right, you did the running backs. Oh, anybody else with the running backs? Well, I see your hand up, Caleb, but I think it's just stuff.
Yeah, it was about the running backs.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
The interesting thing too, when you were talking about not double A gap blitzing and that, and the line being able to hold, just like with Brandon Coleman opening those kind of holes, and if the run game can be as efficient as it was with the preseason, that is really going to change the way teams can play us, because they early in the season they were trying to confuse him and doing a lot of zone stuff, and he started to figure that out, and then you don't want to give him a lot of one-on-ones because he diagnosed so quickly. So it's really going to be interesting once we can establish the run with these running backs, and Coleman and that interior offensive line actually moving people and being able to move. It's going to be a well thought out plan going into the season against teams who have these exotic fronts like the Johnsons. I think is a great first game to see how this running game will work.
Mm-hmm. And to go back, Smokey, reminded me that stand in the chip that also goes for the running back too, bro. That goes for the running backs too, like them being able to have clear releases. So go ahead, Caleb.
My hand not up, but
Oh,
yeah, I don't yeah, my hand wasn't up, but y'all were talking about the offensive line earlier. I think they keep 10.
you can
In my
start with the tight end right after that.
Yeah, I think they keep 10. Um, so I do think they have better depth than last year, just because they moved guys around, and they said Chris Paul got better. Um, I think the starting lineup, either they rotate Connolly and Wiley week 1, and they have Allegretti play guard, or they're confident with Connolly, have Wiley play guard, and they chip for Connolly from time to time until he can, settle in. It just depends on how they feel, in my opinion. I think Sam Cosmi will probably start on pup just to be safe. Um, again, for the tight ends, I think they keep 3. I mentioned it on DT's podcast. I think they keep 3, and I think they put Yankoff on the practice squad. They've been saying he's been playing good. There's only one reporter that feels like Yankoff could be tight end 3, but we'll see. But I think they keep 3 tight ends, and they put one on the practice squad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Go ahead, Deron. You go.
Oh, was my hand up? I thought I put it down. My bad. But nah, yeah, I think they keep four. I think Yankov has done enough this camp to earn a spot on the roster. That's why I think they feel comfortable in just going in with two quarterbacks on the active roster because I think they really like Yankov, and I think they're gonna have some more two tight end sets and try to be multiple on that. So I think four tight ends.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, when y'all read the article, it'll be funny what I said. But I don't know, man. Like, I know he had the big run. I know they loved him last year. In the playoffs, he played in the playoffs. But he's actually the person I moved off for Fant. I mean, yeah, okay, so yeah, it's me. He actually moved him out for Fant. Because I'm just not sure how they're going to go with that. I got 11 linemen, but I don't think we're going to have 11 linemen the following week. Sometimes, because then one year we had like 4 or 5 tight ends, on the first 53 or whatever.
I'm looking right now. On the first 53, we had. Oh, that's not right. That can't be right.
Oh, did we lose him? I'm sorry. I don't know if I.
No, I can hear you, Smoke. So, like, I just don't know, man. I know we had that big play.
Yeah, we had four.
Yeah. So
Yep.
how many running backs?
We had 1, 2, 3, 3. We had 3 running backs the whole year last year. We just would bring up C-Rod whenever Brian Robinson was inactive or for injury, but we went in
practice squad, not on the active
roster. Correct. He was on the practice squad.
So like, yeah, I have Yankov off. I don't have him on the 53. I don't have Yankov. I had him on, but I forgot about Fant, and I just.
Yeah, I only have 3 running backs, 10 linemen. I think we go heavier on the D line, but we'll get there.
Where you at with the tight end?
I only had 3. Just because of I know what Duran talked about going like 13 personnel. I just think I just don't know that's what they want to do. But they may have. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
They may do it early. They may. I would say if they do, they may do it early. Be trying to build that cohesiveness because Tunsil ain't really been out there in live reps. They've been going back and forth with Wiley up and down the line of scrimmage. Coleman has been out a little bit, so you might see it from time to time. But I still think all you need is 3 tight ends. I don't think you need 4 to do that. And I think if Yankov is on the initial 53, they are definitely like they're looking at sending it a little differently. I think if they do that.
Because Ben Standing funny dude. people clown him for that Brian Rob. Well, they didn't clown him, but they didn't believe him about that Brian Robinson take. And he tweeted after that preseason game, Yankov tight end 4 or maybe tight end 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey man,
I wouldn't be surprised. But if he is, then they are definitely looking at sending.
Did y'all talk about wide receivers? Apologize if I missed it.
No, we didn't get to that.
Oh, we haven't gotten it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now we're on the tight ends. What's up, Harley? How you doing? Just keep in mind, this is Riddle Radio. We are on X and YouTube. So if you grab a mic, you're consenting to being on YouTube also. But good morning. Well, good afternoon, Scott.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? You all right, buddy? Just a dead quick one on Yankov. Do you think though that he would be more of a specials guy and make the roster as that tight end 4? Because I don't think they'll be looking at Nick Ballore as much from
And,
linebacker. I
and
think he could be a cut.
so look, I don't have Valor. I don't have
Right.
Valor on
Okay.
my foot because I got Percy and Owens as my four for special team. Even though we still got All Pro Revo, but I think the hype is real about him being the third safety. So I moved him up to safety. But we have those three guys, Percy, Tyler Owens, and Jeremy Reeves. I think that's good enough. Like I don't have Valor on here either.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's interesting too. I mean, for me, it's between a wide receiver, the tight end four, or something on the D line. But I'm sure you'll get to that. But yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Scott. I see I got you spoke. Welcome to Riddle Radio. We are on the tight ends now. If you want to, for the 53, you want to contribute to the tight end.
You only need three tight ends because the linemen are better than they were before. What you gonna do with four tight ends? That's overkill. You can't have surplus at every position. So tight ends will suffer.
Yeah, that's a good point. Having better offensive line takes away that need to have those dominant chip guys. Yeah, go ahead, Smoke.
Damn, coffee. Mid sipping my coffee. I'm good now. As far as Yankov, I put them in because they are core guys that I literally counted for like just my special teams, and Yankov was one of them. And I know you say you didn't put Valor on yours, but Valor is one on mine. You know what I mean? So as we get to those positions, I'll kind of say, this is the reason why they made my 53 because of special teams.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I think we should. I think everyone when you do your 53, you should have more special teams players. Um, oh, you should have four special teams guys. I mean, at least two special guys, right? Like right now, I got Percy and Tyler, right? Where's Percy and Tyler on yours? Smoke.
I know I had Percy. Let me pull it right back. It's right here. It's right here. Safeties, I got them on there. So I got Percy, All Pro Revo, and Tyler Owens. But I think All Pro Revo is going to step into, this defense this season in rotation. So I know he's still going to be a special team up back guy. But yeah, I still got Percy and All Pro. And Owens on my initial 53.
Where you got Percy?
I got them both both lifted as safeties. I just broke it down like that. So like the guys that I spotlighted that I got a feeling going to be just strictly like special teams early is going to be Owens, Belore, Yankov, even Percy. I like Percy. Like he's going to be a part of the defensive rotation, but I it's a reason they signed him. It's a reason they inked them up for another year, and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. And maybe a McGee if he's healthy. McGee or Kane, which one?
So
McGee
you
or
got
Kane?
you got like four guys. Four.
Yeah, I got four. Yeah, like four guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I think are just dedicated.
I think you still put uh, Percy there. I mean Revo there too, right? Like I still
Yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm So yeah, because I'm trying to think, man, like with this new design, that started last season, especially on the kick-off team. They spoke about it these first three games of the preseason, how it's not where they want it to be. DQ doesn't like where it got better Monday night. Say Monday night after the first initial kickoff, the remaining kicks were better as far as coverage. And I'm trying to have a photographic memory of who. I know I saw 41 out there, which is Yankov. I know I saw Belor. I can't remember everyone else, you know what I mean, that was on that front line, because you got to be able to, like, you know, share the block, get
51.
down there a little faster and stuff like that. Oh, you said about Keho?
Interesting. Yeah, that's the interesting number when it like will his ability to play not only in the defense but play special teams and what he's shown on film, will he skate through if he's released? So you got to. That's the reason why I was like, with some of these players, that's the thing that I think they have to think about. If these, you know, these guys are released, we're not like a bottom roster anymore. So we do have talent that we're gonna have to make hard decisions to let go, and some of those guys other teams will be willing to pick up. So that's why I think with some of these things, like with Yankov and KO, I think those are hot commodities. So it'll be interesting to see if they still, you know, like value Belor. And there was one other kind of older special teams guy. I can't remember his name; it's escaping me now. But it'll be interesting to see if they choose youth over experience.
Hey, Deron, to your point of like difficult decisions, when I did mine yesterday, after the play I seen these three, it wasn't difficult for me. It was like, I think this is chalk. You know what I mean? But we could get on, yeah. Like some of these dudes, bro, I'm like, man, how did they get here?
Yeah, it was a lot of them in that game, but I'm just thinking about we don't get to see the practices and, you know, some of the other things that they do behind the scenes. And but one
That's
thing that
true.
51 really stood out in, and he kind of picked it up in that Bengals game, and it just kind of been this steady, slow momentum for him. So I'm wondering if he's pushed somebody off the roster, because I don't think they was expecting to keep him.
I think he was our second leading tackler this preseason.
I mean, you don't
was our number one tackler.
You don't see the film work either, right? Like a lot of times, guys might be out there running around, and so, but like you don't see the film work. Like, are they actually where they're supposed to be? Right? They might fly around, make a big hit, big tackle, but we don't know, right? Like we don't know if he's where he's supposed to be, but I got him on it. Like I think y'all gonna be balling, bro. Coming down here. I like cable. All right. Anybody else want to add for the who was we at? Tight ends.
Tight ends.
My last thing on the tight end dudes, I know I've been talking all morning with you. Is like I kind of said this last week talking to Trail and Spaces, like, you know, Monday night it seemed like they wanted to feature Jalen Lane to some capacity. I say, why they didn't do that to Luke? We get to Saturday, they wanted to throw to Luke a little bit. Why they haven't been, you know, designing stuff for Snots to, you know, get open or to target him and things of that nature, man. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm not there at the practices. You know, maybe they put a lot of stake to the work they do, you know, in team drills and stuff like that. But when that camera on, bro, that's when I think you should shine the brightest. And they didn't give him those opportunities as far as like receptions and stuff like that, targets, I should say, in these three preseason games.
I mean, I don't know if the other guys like went off like that. I mean, I know Yankov had the long run. Like, I mean, I think Snatch could have did that too. That was just a basic pop screen seam route, right? But like,
yeah,
I mean, like, I don't know that part, Smoke, but what I do know is these quarterbacks ain't helping.
Man, you can't evaluate, bro. That's why I'm saying, like, I threw Snots on there because of the quarterback. Like, you can't evaluate with them two quarterbacks we were having, bro. Like, Josh Johnson would move the ball, next thing you know, it's a turnover. And I'm just like, bro, like, come on. And even like his velocity on throws, him and Sam, they don't have the best velocity on their throws. And I ain't even gonna talk on Sam, because I think they were calling plays, because it was a lot of out routes that Sam was throwing, and he just don't got the velocity right now after the surgery. But I landed there, and we can move on, dudes.
All right. CJ said he agreed with you, Smoke. Nothing would be surprising, but Lord McDermott on the only line by room that shows cover skills. besides Wags. Other guys are rushers. All right, defensive line. I got Dietrich Wise, Lawrence Armstrong. I got Baptiste. I got Payne, Kinlaw, and Newton, and Sheldon Day. I moved out Eddie Gold. Like he's giving me clean and Farrell vibes. But those are my 7 defensive line.
So you left Vaughn at linebacker.
Yeah, I got Vaughn and Jacob Martin.
I put Vaughn at D line, like that. That's what I put Vaughn and Martin at the D line position. So I think we right, but yeah. So I went. I think we kind of went chalk, bro. So I'm gonna just name my D line. My D line was Armstrong, Payne, Kinlaw, Wise, Martin, Newton, Jean Baptiste, Vaughn, and then I added Sheldon Day, which I think. Now I look at it, I don't think Sheldon Day makes this team.
I mean, I think Kinlaw can pay the 0 for sure. But I think you need somebody to back up there, and I think they really like him. Like, he played some good ball for us late in the season and into the playoffs, and he can play that 0. So just to have somebody to back up there, so you don't have to, Payne on play it. Um, Johnny's too small, right? So you want to have somebody that can step in there to kind of play, because I think the 3, the 5, the 9, I think all those is pretty, it's good, like 1, 2 depth in those other positions. But the 0 tech is not if you don't have Sheldon Day or Eddie Gordon. But
Hey, Deuce, how many defensive linemen is that?
I have 7. I'm not.
He
I
had
didn't do
7.
the edge
I
rush.
had 9. So we both got 7. If we move the 2 linebackers, which are Jacob Martin and Von Miller, to the linebacker positions, I just put them in my edge group position, which made it a total of 9 D linemen.
Yeah.
So you got 7 basically interior D linemen.
Well, no, because Wise and Armstrong are considered edges. You know what I mean? So my interior is Kinlaw, Newton, Payne, Sheldon Day, and even Jean Baptiste is considered an edge. You know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead.
So Smoke, what are the 2 dudes that you got at linebacker?
So my linebackers are, without looking at it, it was Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu, Kane Madrano, Jordan McGee, and Nick Ballore.
Because if you got edges at linebacker and then
Von Miller and Jacob Martin. Von Miller and Jacob Martin. Von Miller and Jacob Martin is who he's talking about.
Yeah, because on the website they have
linebacker.
Yeah, Von Miller and Jacob Martin is outside linebackers.
Okay. All right. Do any of these guys go to the practice squad? Because y'all are putting them on a 53. That's a lot of.
It's a normal. 53, what I got.
It's a normal number.
Is that normal? Is that a normal number?
Yeah, it's a normal number.
Okay. All right. As long as it's a normal. I was like, it sounds like a lot. Okay. All right.
It's a normal number. Just think about it. You got your 3-5 techs, right? And then you got your 0, and then you got your edges. And most of the time, you're not gonna have 2 edges out there or outside linebackers at the same time. It's only gonna be 1. So it might be we might see a lot of flip stuff, like strong flip stuff.
So for whatever it's worth, we went, and I'm not. Well, I'm gonna just say what I'm seeing here. We went 9 last year with Farrell, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler, Phalangian Mathis, Johnny Newton, John Baptiste, John Baptiste, and then Jamin Davis.
What's his name?
He called him a philanthropist.
For Darius.
So look at that, right? So
he out the league anyway.
Look at that. Where
so that's 9.
He just named Dante Fowler, but I thought he was considered a linebacker last year.
Yeah, he
Well,
was.
maybe I was wrong. You know
No,
what I mean? And then it was another one he named.
yeah, but I don't think it's a right and wrong. I mean, you got him at
Yeah, no,
yeah, but like the team had him at outside linebacker, right? But
Yeah.
like I don't think
Yeah.
we all know what it is. It's not
By
like
the way, I'm not.
they covering running backs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not using the team's website. By the way.
Yeah, I think because when we got that first initial roster, you know, it's it's 4 down linemen, and then it's linebacker, outside linebacker.
Right.
That's how the depth chart reads. So I would just take that as if you listed as an outside linebacker, it's because when you come on, you standing up, your hand not gonna be in the dirt, and if you're an edge, your hand gonna be in the dirt.
Yeah, because I don't know if you remember, Smart. I can't remember none when Dietrich Wise was in a 2-point stance. I can't.
Not from the film breakdown. Not it was a few times, you know what I mean, but not you know. I'm gonna say a handful of times. You know what I mean, out of all the snaps that we watched together.
Yeah. Anybody else want to jump into the D line?
I just so I had just for context, I had everybody pretty much y'all mentioned, but I also don't have Eddie Goldman, but I do or Cleveland Farrell, but I do have Sheldon Day, Carl Davis, and John Baptiste on there. Javante John Baptiste.
Please take 77 off that list.
Who's 77?
That's Carl Davis.
Carl Davis. He is trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so who do you have, CeeLo? Say it again.
So Dorrance Armstrong, Deron Payne, Javon Kinlaw, Von Miller, Johnny Newton, Dietrich Wise, Javante John Baptiste, Sheldon Day, and Carl Davis. I'm sorry, Sheldon Day and Jacob Martin.
So you don't have Carl Davis?
Yeah, I took Carl Davis off.
Oh, okay. I mean, he might be on the practice squad because like he played okay too, down the stretch and into the playoffs. I mean, they
how many of the 16 practice squad players can be vets, dude?
Oh yeah, wow.
I believe they can cover 4.
4. Okay.
There used to be 2, but I think they, you know, when they expanded it, you can make 4 unavailable.
All that to the practice squad, but not add 2 players to the team.
For a whole 17th game, that's another story.
All right.
Anybody trying to add an 18th game?
Mm-hmm.
Say Slim.
I said, and they trying to add an 18th game.
Oh yeah. They gotta explain that joint to 60. They gotta stop playing.
And they're gonna have to add another bye week.
Yeah. They're not gonna. I know some people were saying they should do one with everybody, but not. They ain't doing one.
It's 6
Like
players. 6 players can be vets, but you have to have at least 10 of those players have to be rookies or second-year players.
Okay. But you were saying somebody was saying like the whole league need to have a bye week.
Yeah. Like
oh yeah, no. No.
That's on an 18 game.
I ain't doing it. I'm the biggest, you know what I'm saying, anti extra games guy, but you just give teams 2 bye weeks. So you can have you can get a break a week off in the first half of the season and the second half.
And remove the 3 special people from counting to the 53 game day roster. Again, it's really nonsensical. We have not ever witnessed any team saying I'm sitting my long snapper or my punter in lieu of another player. So the fact that those 3 guys are just always a mandatory spot on the 53-day roster, and you know, for safety purposes, especially if you're expanding an extra game, to have 3 extra potential bodies on an active roster just makes so much more sense than what they're currently doing. But the NFL practice squad protection allows teams to safeguard up to 4 players on their practice squad from being signed by other teams.
Oh yeah, those are the
protection
players.
Oh yeah, sector players. Yeah.
Players before. All right. We ain't do wide receivers. My bad. Wide receivers. All right. This is where it gets a little tricky. I got Terry. I got Debo, Noah, Jayden Lane. I got the Godson, and I got a Terry McLaurin snap count value. That's an expert. I think that's going to be a bet. I think they're going to bring in another wide receiver. But yeah, that's my six.
Give me those names again, dude.
Terry, Debo, Noah Brown, Jayden Lane, the Godson, and a Terry McLaurin snap count back, which I think is going to be a bet.
Did Craig Craft play in the offense in any of those games since we signed him? I don't remember seeing him.
CJ.
I definitely know, like you said, those quarterbacks made it hard to evaluate the bottom of your roster receivers. So you got a solid 5, I think, that you said.
I got 6.
I heard 4. I heard 4 solid.
Oh, 4 solid. Yeah. Like everything after Lane is like, all right,
yeah.
Like, I'm not surprised either way.
Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah, I ain't surprised either way. Everything after Lane, I'm not surprised.
So
do you don't think McCaffrey?
No, I don't.
Do you think?
So like, hold on. So like, I don't like. I think he makes the team, right? Like, I don't think his Godfather can cut, right? But I won't be surprised if he does. That's why I say after 4, I won't be surprised about it.
Agreed. All right, 2 quick questions on the receivers. One, do you think they bring in an extra kind of for that first couple of weeks as Terry's ramping up? And 2, do you think that the 6 receivers not on the roster at this point?
Yeah, that's what I had. Like I had player X. The player X is like a vet that's going to come in and I think they might rely on just in case like whatever goes on with Terry as far as snap count, reps, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But just another vet to be in there, that's had some success. They like those guys. They got the Bowden Gallup. I don't think it's going to be him. Remember Crowder last year, so I think they like those guys. I just don't know if Brooks did enough, and I also don't know if they do cut him. I don't know if anybody else will add him to his 53. So I think he'll be available for a practice squad, and that may be one of the guys that they lock for their practice squad.
So I went your first 5, Terry Debo, Noah, of course, Jalen, Lane, and Luke. I really didn't want to put Luke on there, but I said, you know what? Relationships matter, right? But I want y'all to remember, man, first few weeks, even while we ramp up Terry, don't forget about 12 and 13 personnel, in these play calls, man. Like, that could be a huge part because we don't really know if we're a running team this year. We may be punch you in the mouth, get downhill, stuff like that, to where we can use those 3 tight ends, those 2 extra tight ends, and stuff like that, man. So we really don't know yet. So I would say I'm sticking with 5, and that's Terry, Debo, Noah, Lane, and Luke for now. Luke for now, and I'm gonna keep saying Luke for now.
Yeah, because you have 4 tight ends, so that makes sense. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm driving. That's what I got. Terry, Noah, Debo, Lane, and then it's a toss up between. I know I said Luke wasn't making it, but Can y'all hear me? I just got a phone call.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I just thought
it was a toss up between Luke and Brooks for me, and then I think KJ is the vet.
So you got 7.
Well, 6 is a toss up between Luke and Brooks.
Okay. Man, I want KJ.
That's a bad man right there. That Chuck a bad man. I'll see you later, Chuck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know.
Hey. We on the
I
radio. We on the
know.
radio.
My
We on the
bad, my
radio.
bad, my bad.
My
Radio,
fault. Yeah,
radio.
we on the radio.
Watch my algo,
So
my algo. My bad, my bad.
so
Yeah,
We
Deuce, I
good,
did
Deuce. We good.
post in one of the chats the available free agents. You know, it's like Cooper, Gabe Davis, Nelson Aguilar, Tyler Boyd. Crowd is still out there, Allen Robinson. So if you like looking at that kind of perspective, do they go for a name like that, or do they go for a lesser burst veteran? I'm just wondering what like a Gabe Davis or Amari Cooper or Tyler Boyd would cost.
I think they like what they saw from Lane outside Monday night, bro. I know it's a small sample size, but he showed he can do it. You know what I mean? I understand, when we drafted him, we looking at his size and like, oh, he's just replacing Debo whenever Debo leave. Like, nah, man, this dude is quick, twitchy, and a good route runner, man. So don't be surprised you see Lane on the outside in some of these snaps.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Luke, Smoke. I think for Luke, like, you got to give him certain routes. Like, I'm not throwing Luke on no 9 route. I'm not throwing him on no deep post. I'm throwing him on a slant, on a end, or maybe like just a curl, but I'm not giving him that many routes.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all be surprised? How would y'all feel if they went out and traded like a 7th round pick for like a Quentin Johnson?
Oh man,
Ew.
I mean, let me say this.
I would get
Ew.
both sides.
It's something mentally going on with QJ, bro. Like it's mental at this point because it's not just drops in games; it's drops in practice.
I don't know what anybody ever saw in the
7th
kid.
round, I think. To be honest, from stuff I'm hearing from their fans on this app, a few of the fans I done heard, he might be a cut candidate because they didn't know what they were getting out of Lambert Smith. I think that's his name, the rookie guy. Like they got Trey Harris, and they also got another rookie. I think his name like Lambert Smith, and they saying like
Keandre.
Yeah. They saying that QJ has been taking less snaps with the ones. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. He may be a cut candidate.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that maybe they get proactive because of the wide receiver depth on this team. Terry, you got the Noah uncertainty. I just think they may be a little more proactive in the wide receiver market.
Yeah, that's fine. Just long as it's not him, I'm all for getting a wide receiver because we only got 4 of them, so we need at least a 5th wide receiver that we can, have some type of assurance in if he steps foot on the field, and then 6 can be a toss up between Luke and Ja'Cory. I wouldn't mind that, but if it's a toss up between 5th and 6th and there's really nobody there, like we need somebody there. So as long as it ain't QJ, I'm open to them, taking a fire on the guy.
Man, who would have? Go ahead, CeeDo. Go ahead.
Well, you can answer this, Smoke. I mean, do any of our receivers play special teams? Was it? I want to say last year it was.
Lane is the returner, and Luke is
Luke.
on specials. Yeah,
Luke.
but that's it.
Lane and Luke.
But they return, though, right? But in terms of like
no, Luke goes down to
coverage.
tackles. Yeah, he's on punt coverage. Luke is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but my thing, like, look how far we done came, bro, to where we complain about a Diami go get paid, and now we looking for that guy, that 5th receiver. And we throw a name out there like Quentin Johnson, and it's like, no. I'm just saying, that's crazy to me, but I understand it. I really do understand.
That TCU curse, man. We cannot. Them TCU receivers have not panned out.
Well, I told folks he was dog from the moment he was brought up in the draft talks, bro. I told folks about him. I told folks about Traylon Burks. I don't speak definitively about drafts like that. When it comes to wide receivers, I know wide receivers. Them 2 was never going to cut it.
But Burks at least had flashes. Johnson never
He
really.
He was never going to cut it.
Never.
He was
never.
Traylon Burks was never going to cut it, brother.
Quentin was a 1st rounder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like pick 22 overall, 22, 23, somewhere around there.
All right, where we at with the depth with the 53?
I got 5. I got 5 at the receiver spot. You got 6, right, Deuce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 5 and I kept Yanko.
So we doing the defense this morning, or we gonna do that tomorrow?
No, we don't want to.
Okay.
Everybody good with the wide receivers?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. We did the D line. All right. Linebackers. Uh, I got Luvu. I got Bobby, Kane, Jordan, and I like the kid Ali. Uh, those are my line.
Okay, so I went, you know what I mean? Like I said, I put Vaughn and Martin at the edges. So I went Bobby, Luvu, McGee, Belore, and Kane. I think Belore and Kane are going to be special team guys, like special team demons for us this year. Especially Kane. I like his speed. As far as tackling, he didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't see him with too many times this preseason. I actually saw him with some good run fits and stuff like that, but I think he's a special teams guy now. Ease his way into rotation, you know what I mean, late in the season, early year 2 type stuff. But yeah, I went with those 5, and I'm gonna say it again: Bobby, Luvu, McGee, Belore, and Kane.
I
Hey,
be forgetting about McGee.
say it again. Say it again.
Bobby, Luvu, McGee, Belore, and Kane.
Okay, got it.
And I think McGee, after watching that first drive Saturday, he needs to get conditioning, bro. I understand it was a 16 play drive, hands on the hips by the time they got to like the 30. You know what I mean? And I understand what he was doing out there. Great run fits, going downhill, stuff like that. But I think it's a conditioning thing. But that's a lack of him not being on the practice field nursing injury.
So, given what you just said, Smoke, is that a guy for the 53 or is that a guy for the practice squad?
I don't think he's gonna be. I think someone's gonna snatch him up from just the few plays he made Saturday, bro. Like for example, I think it was Paul Father that posted the clip, man. If you look how he had like getting like his read step, filling that gap, making that tackle, and then it was a play, another one that someone posted on Saturday night that showed him like when he flipped the running back. It was like 3 guys on that tackle, but he made the bang in that. So little stuff like that, I think will make a team say, you know what, you want to practice squad him? I'm gonna snatch him up and put him on my 53. So, and that's the thing with the 50, with the practice squad, y'all. If someone comes and pick a player up off our practice squad, they have to put them on their 53. So, like I say, that's why I think they're gonna slide him onto the 53 because they got some. DQ has so much, high hopes for this kid. It's just about him, staying healthy and stuff like that. We don't even know the
I
significance
agree.
of the injury.
But if I'm stacking him up against the kid from UCLA, I'm taking the kid from UCLA.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel like if it came down to the 251, the kid from UCLA could possibly withstand being on the practice squad before Jordan McGee.
So you saying you making that decision because McGee won't filter through, but this kid will.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you got to think, even when they cut them, they still got to allow these cats to go through the waiver period. And once they clear waivers, they can start picking them back up. So if you cut a McGee, I don't think he clear waivers, bro. I don't think, because teams are still looking for good linebacker depth. I'm very scared. I'm very nervous if something was to happen to Bobby Wagner, young. I'm very nervous. I don't think I'm the only one in the fan base that feel that way, but I don't think we can sustain an injury to my Mike middle linebacker right now. I would be very nervous.
No, I agree. But if I'm looking at the tape, right, from the preseason, I'm taking 51, right, to fill in for Wagner over McGee.
Yeah, I feel you. But then, like, I look at preseason week 2 where the green dot coming in was Luvu. You know what I mean? He was the one calling the plays, but it was Kane in the middle of the defense playing middle linebacker. And Luvu went back to his natural spots and stuff like that. So if something was to hop into Bobby, I think Luvu would step in and be the defensive play caller. But it's like, who's beside him now? I think with, like, McGee getting more reps beside of Luvu, probably more than a K-Ho right now in practice, would possibly keep him there. But I like what I saw from K-Ho, man. I really do, man. Like, this kid came out of nowhere, and he's been flashing and stuff like that in these games.
Those are the type of dudes that make the brotherhood. That's what I think.
Yeah, and he already got a connection with Ken Norton. He got a connection with Kane. These guys are hungry, and we know they believe in the brotherhood. We know they believe in relationships. And Deron, to your point about making these decisions a little harder. Hey, you're right. In this position group right here, it is a little harder in this position group right here, this linebacker position group, because, like I say, what is behind the Luvu? What is behind Bobby Wagner and stuff like that? So yeah, man. Like, but I think we can go around the league and look at linebacker depth, and they have concerns as well. It's not just us.
That's why I don't think cutting the top 5 linebackers on this team will pan out, getting them to the practice squad, because, like you said, McGee or 51 will probably get snatched out by another team if we make them available.
All right. Let me see where we at. Anybody else want to add for the linebackers?
All right. So I know we're going to the safety spot in a few, right? But where's Tyler? Is Tyler going to be listed as safety? Comes out.
I think so.
What, safety?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Box safety. Okay. Yeah, because on that flip play, like when that running back got flipped, I couldn't see the other guy. It was Jordan McGee, Tyler Owens, and one more on that crunch tackle that made the running back flip. I don't know who that one more was. Was it Hamilton Sr.? Because they like watching pregame, listening to the radio broadcast when I was driving to my fantasy draft. Brian Mitchell and Chick Hernandez was saying how much Dan Quinn loves this Hamilton Sr. guy. But we can go on.
All right, cornerbacks. I have Marshawn, Trey, Mikey, Sandra Steele, Noah, and Jonathan Jones.
Same here. Amos, Lattimore, Mikey, Jonathan, Noah. I got 5. Same here.
What is Jones's injury?
He's injured.
Yeah,
he
was. Yeah, that's what they were saying. He was injured. Yeah.
They keep it surreal. We're not going to really hear about injuries to the regular season style, bro, of like what it is with these guys. Right now, it's just basically like nursing stuff. Like we heard about, Amos or whatever. We heard about Amos, but at the same time, because that's who I think a lot of us wanted to see Monday night. But we ain't find out for real until kickoff and, after the game, what really happened with Amos.
So what happened with Jonathan? No, like he got hurt in the game?
His injury is a calf strain by all accounts, from what I've heard.
Calf strain? Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, man.
Who's calf
His calf strains?
Jones, yeah. Jones is saying he's got calf strain, yeah.
This calf
You
strain,
might as well say Achilles. You might as well say Achilles.
Man, I don't like these calf strains in today's football, bro. Like these joints can literally be 6 to 8 weeks, man, and before you start to feel comfortable again. That's tough. That's tough.
I'm not confident in that Vigors kid at all.
I'm not confident in Vigors, Bobby Price, or anything like that.
Bro, I don't even see them making the practice squad.
So if it's a calf strain and it is a lengthy injury, Jonathan Jones can be pupped. He won't count against the initial 53, right?
Yep, he will.
Okay. Oh, he will be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got to count him and then pup.
Oh, count him okay. So I would think, yeah, they would cut down to 53 and hoping one of these guys fly through waivers. I see Hamilton Senior. Like I done seen him play slot. I done seen him play safety. Like what is he naturally? A safety, right?
I don't know too much about the kid.
Because I know he played with Cliff in Arizona.
Who are you talking about?
Hamilton Senior. 34. I think he's 34 on the defense. I done seen him play in the slot and at safety. So I'm not sure what they list him at, but yeah, if they got a pup of Jonathan Jones, man, them top four gotta stay healthy, bro.
Mm-hmm. So I'm reading the rules. It says you can pup, like you said, you can when you activate someone, like for example, right now Cosby's still on the pup list, correct?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
So they will have to activate him and then put him back on the pup.
Yeah.
If he's not going to play.
Yeah, I believe so. Or is that just for IR?
Yeah, it's saying in that case they will not count against the 53-man roster, but they are ineligible to play for at least the first 4 games of the season.
Okay, so that's better then. That's better. That's a better scenario to where if the calf strain is something serious with Jonathan Jones, pup him and then find that fifth. I don't think that fifth is on this roster, bro. Like this dude Vigors and Bobby Price. I kept my eye on Bobby Price. You know what I mean? I know we picked him up late last year. I said I'm gonna watch him. Man, that Monday night game, man, Mitchell Tinsley, shout out to Mitchell Tinsley, was straight giving him something, bro. And I'm like, man.
I like Vigors, and then I stopped liking Vigors.
He was our leading tackler this preseason. I wonder why. He had a target on his back.
Yeah, when cornerbacks your leading tackler, something right. Either they run into him or they get catch him.
Right.
All right, safeties. Anybody else on the floor want to get a cornerback take?
Yeah, why is Ashanti Samuel still sitting? I know AJ said it's a rule that if you pick him up now, the money's basically guaranteed. But if you wait till after week 1, you know what I mean, that money not guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much truth behind that. You know, I
Yeah,
didn't do no
true.
research on. Okay, so why is Ashanti Samuel not being picked? I understand that's just a name at this point, but I would think, you know, the Eagles up the street, you know, they just cut another cornerback. You know what I mean? They traded for one and everything like that. So I'm just wondering if it has something to do with that guaranteed money portion. But you can move.
All right, safeties. You got Quan, Will Hurd, and Rebo. Of course, Percy.
I went to 5. Like I put, you know, Tyler Owens in there for special team purposes, but I put him with that group. So I went Tyler, Percy, Quan, Will, and All Pro Revo.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think I had the same. Will Harris. You said safeties, right? Will Harris, Quan, Percy, Revo, Tyler Owens. And I think that's all. I would think they may want to either keep Daryl Worley or McDaniel, the kid out of Jackson State, on the practice squad.
And that's the thing. Will he play away? I think Worley will, but will McDaniel play?
I think we're on practice for.
Yeah, I think part of the thing that may help him is because they did not play him as much throughout the preseason as I thought they would. So maybe there's not enough film. It's still kind of inconclusive, but they get to see a lot in practice. So maybe they would allow for them to kind of put him on the practice squad because, a lot of teams don't have the tape.
Mm-hmm. Willie played in Tennessee last year. He was actually on the field a lot when we played him last year. Obviously, y'all know what happened on that game. But yeah.
All right, different question. Who's the leader of that group? Who's the leader in that room?
In the safety room?
I believe it's Quan.
I think there's two leaders in that room, Quan and Percy Butler. Both have been told you've listened to DQ and Joe Witt saying that they're blue guys. And obviously, Quan's due a contract next year. So I think he's right up there. But I think signing Percy Butler in the offseason to a longer deal, it kind of shows you exactly what type of player they think he's going to be.
I mean, it's a good question, I think, because we don't really hear much. At least I don't particularly remember hearing much from anyone in that room except for Jeremy Reeves.
Exactly.
So I don't know, maybe just not vocal people or not, in terms of the media, maybe. But you see him on the field for sure, but I don't know if you hear him too much.
Yeah, I think Quan's more that, kind of lead by example guy, because I always hear the other players on the team, not even just the defensive backs, but the other players praising him, especially after playing with two dislocated shoulders like this.
They love him. Yeah, they love him, bro. I think he's like heart and soul kind of dude for real. But just not very vocal.
I kind of said yesterday that if you look back at it, Quan may be the best player that Ron drafted.
Right.
I mean, that ain't a high bar.
I mean, it could be once he get paid though from us. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm talking about compared to what else is left.
Yeah, I know. Somebody else. What Krim said? Somebody else yesterday. I forgot who it was though. He mentioned the guy. I forgot who it was though. No, he said Chris Paul. That's what Krim said.
What?
He said Chris Paul, the best player Ron drafted.
Who else?
Oh, there you go. Good morning.
He didn't do his top, so we didn't hear. We on the radio this morning, Krim. So
be nice.
Yeah, you got consent. You consenting to be on YouTube and everything like that, Krim. Once you
That's cool.
like in the radio space, you see how I say riddle radio, Redzone In the Lab. Like Deuce is doing something new where we're
Smoke,
what do you
I
call
can
it,
read.
simulcasting.
I can read, Smoke.
Okay. Oh, my fault. Krim, go
I
ahead.
mean,
Let me
after
get back
like
to the radio.
Smoke, after 3 years, I was finally able to get him on the show.
Hey man.
Progress.
Yeah, you had to trick him.
I had to trick him.
Crazy.
Morning, Krim.
Good morning. How y'all doing? So who's the best player you're saying that Ron drafted?
No, I was saying Quan. Remember yesterday we had that conversation.
Oh God, no.
And I know your sentiment on Quan, Krim, but I was letting them know that, like I say, if you think about it, Quan may be the best player that Ron drafted, but I also let them know that you were like Chris Paul is the best player he drafted. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? So that's where we're at with it.
Hey, Trill. Trail.
I don't think
Not
he
up
up
here.
yet. Oh yeah, he not
Yeah,
up
he
yet.
is.
Yes,
He is.
Oh, go ahead, Trev. So let's
Hey,
let's
good morning, y'all. Long time listener, first time caller.
Hey,
He been wanting to say that for 2 years.
Trail. We were right about Chris Paul, weren't we?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, shoot. Hey, look, all he needed was Tulsa to get on. Come on over, get on right. Hey, look. Hey, hold up. But that ain't what I call. That ain't what I came up for. Cosme is Ron's best pick.
Yeah, now I think about it. Yeah,
Was he a Ron pick?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was. He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Remember, he picked him to be a tackle and then converted him to guard.
That is right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's right.
gotta
That's
agree with
right,
that.
Trail. I appreciate my co-host for that clarification.
So he hit on two linemen. I'll give him that.
hmm So yeah, but like the safeties, I think are locked, Deuce. Like, you know, what I mean, I think that's why we saw in these 3 preseason games, man. You know how they preach competition, competition, competition. So these guys, you know, that we saw in these preseason games, you know, what I mean, that were fringe of making this 53. They either went out there and showed they can't or they can. And that's why I say when I went through make my 53, it wasn't that hard until like basically I got to the linebacker group. You know what I mean? I don't think a safety stepped in and stepped up to supersede one of these guys that were already here and stuff like that, man. So yeah, man, like I think it was kind of chalk, man, when it came down to this 53.
So, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? Because I think this could affect some games down the line, especially with the way our schedule is and the how tough it is. It's going to be something coming down to the last possession, getting yourself in position for a game-winning field goal, and just for it to go left is going to really irritate me a lot this season. So that is something that needs to get fixed, and it needs to get fixed like yesterday.
Hey, Deron, to answer that, when I put my initial 53 out, I went Trustway, Ott, and Gay. And beside Gay, I put kicker will be different. Dog, this dude is constantly missing to the left, right? I understand it was like a 51, 53 yarder. Caleb gave us the stats yesterday. Like 30 to 39, he's perfect. 40 to 49, he's perfect. 50 plus, it's horrible, right? So my thing is that we are so good in down and distance, right? You know, 3rd and 2s, 4th and 1s. If we at that 50-yard kick, we going for it, bro. And he may be the guy because inside of 50, he's almost perfect, I believe, in his career. You know what I mean? So my offense, hey man, you got to generate some yards. We teams want to kick in the end zone, give us a 35, or teams want to kick off to us. Where we average starting field position last year, I want to say it was the 36 or 37, which means we still got good field position and only got to go 30 yards to get in good field goal range. I'm taking that, bro. I'm taking that. So Gay he may stick around just because of that thought process. Like our field goals will be under 50 this year, but I understand anything outside of 50, bro. I'm cutting the TV off.
Hey, Deuce, you watching TV? Adam Schefter just gave you listen to real journalism, huh? But no, serious is Adam Schefter gave an update. Not too much of an update, I guess, on this on number 17 situation.
Oh yes.
What do you say?
Close, but not close. Nope.
Good morning.
Same thing he was yesterday.
The space has not closed. The gap has not closed any at all, Glenn.
That's why I'm yesterday before I closed my space down. I said what I said, Deuce, and I'm sticking by it, bro. Like,
You
I'm not
turning into
going.
a
I'm not.
grumpy old man on Terry, bro.
Hey, Glenn. I've been there for 2 weeks now. 2 weeks. I finally let it out the hat yesterday. I've been feeling this way for 2 weeks now, bro. Like, dog.
I
Like,
think the way you feel is wrong, but like you said it, we need them this year. So
yeah, I know. I
so,
know we do.
I
I
mean,
know we do.
you like I think that other part of what you're talking about is you just trying to come to grips and
Yeah.
trying to figure out how you're going to deal with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
talking about your goldfish about to die in 2 days.
Yeah, that's true. Journal life alert, bro. Man. Like, but now, like, man, just hey, dudes, this is a good show. Real talk, bro. I appreciate you again. But like, back to the Terry stuff, man. If I can, like I say, man, like one man don't stop the show, bro. Outside of five, let me put that in parentheses.
Man, I'm so
Um,
tired of hearing that. Change your name back.
I am. Soon as he signed, I will. Soon as he signed. This is my calling to Terry, man. Terry, you know what the goal is, bro. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna speak on Terry no more until he signed. I understand Glenn gonna open up a space. Terry gonna be topic of discussion. I'm not speaking on Terry after this right here. Terry,
Hey,
listen, I
hey,
understand.
hey, Smoke.
Yeah.
So for the past, well, it's over now, but about 2, 3 months ago, I think I told a couple of y'all I had took like an interim role change.
Mm-hmm.
And in preparation of all of that though, there was a lot of, for lack of better words, body reduction done at my job, specifically on my floor. And it was crazy because like you by me being where the level I was at and just having knowledge of certain things, you're watching the towers fall down, for lack of better words, and there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, and it's sad, especially like you have relationships with some of these people, and just knowing the inevitable was about to happen. That's kind of where I'm at with this whole Terry thing.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but like I feel like I've been in this situation, and like mentally, that's kind. I joke and everything with it, but like really, I'm kind of there with it. Like I don't see this ending well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you started speaking on that last week, right, Trail? You know
No,
what I
it's been
mean?
more than that. It's been more
Yeah,
than
I mean, but as
that.
far as
But yeah,
like you
yeah.
were kind of definitive in your statements with Terry last week, like, hey y'all, hey, prepare yourself. He getting traded, y'all. You know what I mean? Like prepare yourself because like now you're trying, like what Deuce just hit me with. Now you're trying to find a coping mechanism. Like if it happens, guess what? I told y'all. If it don't happen, guess what? We all in this season, right? And that's where I'm at with it, right? So I'm gonna say this, bro. Like this is me talking to Terry. And I'm putting my coaching hat on, bro. Like I tell these kids, a child don't show up. I can't worry about who's not on this field right now when I'm prepping, bro. I can't. I can't have that in the back of my mind because I'm prepping these guys that I know are here right now. And I'm pretty sure DQ, Cliff, and staff got that same mentality, bro. Like, yes, it's a blessing to have Terry. We know what he means to this season. Like I said, we kicked that door in last year. We saw what that joint looked like. Now it's time to go grab it. So Terry, you either with the plan or you're not. Like I say, when you get up this morning, you look yourself in the mirror as you brushing your teeth. They don't say Terry's the face of the franchise no more, brother. That reflection is 5, and that's where I landed at.
Hey Terry,
Y'all been firing our receiver for 3 weeks.
hey Terry, do you get your money, bruh? Get your money up. Trust me.
Yeah, I want him to get his money.
Smoke is panicking right now. If you're not out there week one, don't listen to nothing you say.
I mean, we got an anonymous. I know he one of them.
I
Yeah, I know.
appreciate y'all for pulling up the Riddle Radio. This was good. We'll see
dip